Hello viewers, this is Stuart Sutclif. You can email me at realstewsutclif@gmail.com. That's REALSTUSUTCLIF@gmail.com. Well, I guess everybody in the viewing area or across the world probably listened to the news conference, the press conference on Monday. I waited a day to see some of the dust settle and see what to kind of take the temperature of what was going on out there. And Doug Carter, the Indiana State Police, emceed on the mic, and he said a few puzzling things that have us all kind of wondering. He had some hindsight. It was kind of a strange news conference to me. I didn't really know what to expect. Other YouTubers have already gotten out here, played the video, and made commentary. I'm going to give my take on a couple of the issues that were discussed in the video. So let's get over to Doug Carter. But Mr. Carter,
your continued understanding, your empathy and compassion as we move forward to find out who did this, and we will. We're seeking the public's help to identify the driver of a vehicle that was parked at the old CPS DCS welfare building in the city of Delphi that was abandoned on the east side of County Road 300 North next to the Hoosier Heartland Highway between the hours of noon to 5 on February 14th, 2017.
He meant to say February 13th.
If you were parked there or know who was parked there, please contact the officers at the command post.
Stop. Yeah, they redacted that later in the video. He meant to say the 13th. Did they just get information on this vehicle that was there? Did they have it 2 years ago? If so, why didn't they tell us? It would have been real helpful. Somebody stated that, you're not really going to, 2 years down the road, you're not really going to remember if a vehicle was parked in a certain place or not. So, okay, continue.
At the Delphi City building. We are releasing additional portions of the audio recording from that day.
Okay.
Please keep in mind.
Additional portions?
The person talked.
They released one word. One word, guys. Okay. Now let me, okay, guys, down the hill, or guys, get down the hill. To me, it sounds like he's speaking those words in two different keys. I know it might be the same person, I can't really explain that, but those words don't sound like they're following each other. Like, guys, get down the hill. Guys, get down the hill. Why does he change keys so much instead of like, guys, get down the hill? He's like, guys, get down the hill. That's puzzling to me.
Is one person, and is the person on the bridge with the girls.
Come on, flip. There.
This is not two different people speaking. Please listen to it very, very carefully. We are also releasing video recovered from Libby's phone. This video has never before been previously released. The video shows a suspect walking on the bridge. When you see the video, watch the person's mannerisms as they walk. Watch the mannerisms as he walks. Do you recognize the mannerisms as being someone that you might know? Remember, he is walking on the former railroad bridge. Because of the deteriorated condition of the bridge, the suspect is not walking naturally due to the spacing between the ties.
Right on. Hey, there's old Toads. Thumbs up for Toads.
During the course of this investigation, we have concluded the first sketch released will become secondary.
Okay, let me stop right there. Okay, hold it. When your hands are dry and your fingers are real dry, you have a hard time with touch screens. And I suffer from dry skin. So, oh, okay. Okay, so he's just talking about the sketch. The old sketch is now secondary. They have a new sketch out, which he's going to show. The old sketch is secondary. Okay. What does that mean? Does that mean we're still supposed to follow the old sketch and the new sketch too? But first we scrutinize people going by the new sketch as opposed to the old sketch? Why didn't he just say, the original sketch is no good, forget about it, trash it? Why would they call it secondary? That's kind of weird. That's a disservice to the public. I don't get that. Anybody else out there have any ideas? The original sketch that looks like Joe the Plumber, looks like 50 million other American males that like to drink. Okay, so that gets me a little bit. Let me continue here with this.
Information and intelligence over time leads us to believe the sketch, which you will see shortly, is the person responsible for the murders of these two little
Then why is the second sketch secondary?
We also believe this person is from Delphi, currently or has previously lived here.
That's interesting.
Visits Delphi on a regular basis, or works here.
That's been predicted before.
We believe this person is currently between the age range of 18 and 40.
I'll drink to that.
But might appear younger than his true age. Directly to the killer.
Doug's doing pretty good. Gotta give him credit.
In this room.
That's freaky.
We believe you are hiding in plain sight.
Wow.
For more than 2 years, you never thought we would shift gears to a different investigative strategy.
What's the new strategy? What's the new strategy? What's the old strategy?
We likely have interviewed you. Or someone close to you.
This is creepy.
We know that this is about power to you.
Is it a sex
and you
crime?
Want to know what we know. One day...
He probably does.
You will.
Probably does already.
A question to you. What will those closest to you think of? They find out that you brutally murdered 2 little girls. 2 children. Only a coward would do such a thing. We are confident that you have told someone what you have done. Or at the very least, they know. Because of how different you are since the murders.
Well, they really sound like they know something now, huh? Let's stop it right here. You know, Doug, you did a good job at this. Yeah, it's pretty rough getting up there saying that. Yeah. Doug Carter's done pretty good on this, people. And there's no conspiracy. This is straightforward police work on a child murder. They still haven't said whether it was sexually or a sex crime or not. They did say it was brutal. He does say it was very, very brutal. It was bad. It was nasty, folks. We pretty much figured that out. My gut feeling that it was a sex crime. That just makes more sense. It's pretty wild. But, you know, and let me tell you all something. I pulled a couple of my videos. I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, you know, I'm going to pull a couple of my videos where I was kind of making little jokes and stuff about the cops. And I pulled them not because I thought they were inappropriate or anything, but just out of respect. And because the case seems to be heating up now, I just didn't want to create a distraction out there. There's nothing wrong with the videos. I considered them pretty good videos, but they were a little comical and they're a little dated now. I could repost them someday, but just to let you all know I did that. And the ones I put on hold was the Seymour Butts video and the other young prosecutor video, which I thought they were pretty good works myself. But nobody asked me to do it. I just did it on my own. Let's continue with Mr. Doug Carter. But
we
Mr.
try so
Carter,
hard to understand how a person could do something like this
flip.
to two children. I recently watched a movie called The Shack.
That's weird throwing that in.
And there's also a book that talks so well about evil, about death, and about eternity.
Plenty of books that deal with that subject.
To the murderer, I believe you have just a little bit of a conscience left.
Doubt it.
And I can assure you that how you left them in that woods is not what they're experiencing today. To the family, I hope that you all will give them some time, because we're going to be asking that there's no media inquiry or no media response for at least the next 2 weeks, and I hope you understand why.
What does he mean by that?
The family found out.
What does he mean? Is there some breaking news that's going to happen here in a couple of weeks that the media will cover? Why was this meeting closed doored? Why didn't they allow questions, media and family to ask questions? I think the cops are doing pretty good. And you people out there that still think that Thomas Bruce is the person that did this, come on. You think they're going to go through all this and lie about something like that? It could never happen. You're living in a dream world or some parallel unreality world to keep thinking that. You really show your ignorance, not even properly following the case and the developments. One thing law enforcement should have done and should do in the future is learn how to embrace social media. They didn't handle it right. They could have done podcasts. They could have done a lot of updating instead of being quiet. Why did they? I'm perplexed about the artist sketch, how they could just change it like that. And the down the hill, the guys down the hill is sounds like it was edited and spliced together. When you see that video, Gray Hughes also pointed out, there's a little black bar on the left that comes over on a couple of the frames. They believe that was Abby, parts of Abby that just, he was that close to her, either her jacket or whatever it was, but they threw in a bar and then pulled it back on a couple of the frames, and that was Gray's theory. I actually watched a lot of Gray's coverage during the actual conference, and he pointed out a couple little interesting things as they went along. And I've gone around the web, watched Incognito Society's videos and a few of the other ones, and they're pretty good. Everybody's pretty much on the same page. But this Thomas Bruce shit, I mean, come on, man. This, I won't even say this guy's name. I think he's just doing it for attention. Nobody can be that stupid. So, yeah, that's funny. That's what keeps me out here. All this weird shit. They did not acknowledge any of the YouTubers or social media people on any of the platforms, and I think that's wrong. Come on, you guys. You know, you discount us. They really do. That kind of pisses me off. And Doug could have said, you know, even though you guys didn't help us any, we still want to thank the YouTubers and the social media for keeping it out there and trying. No, didn't happen. Isn't that a pity? Isn't that a pity? Well, we all knew that the sketch was wrong. Everyone was saying it for 2 years. They gave in to some of our demands, and it's all screwed up. So let's continue here with Mr. Carter.
About this information this morning. I just want the family to know that when I take my last breath on this earth, I'll be thinking of them. There's going to be a tremendous amount of questions. I know that. Never in my career have I stood in front of something like this.
And that's true.
Please,
they've never dealt with anything like that.
Be patient with us, please.
I believe this guy,
we're
man.
just beginning.
I believe this guy.
We're just now beginning.
You know.
And I can tell you on behalf of the sheriff.
Shut up. Yeah. They said, please bear with them on that. So, I will. I wouldn't want to be in these guys' shoes. They want this thing solved. And So, what do you think? What do you think of these latest developments? I'll be back with more a little bit later. I'm going to run out of disk space on this mobile device I'm using as a camera. So, let's see what plays out over the next few days. Social media is burning up with this stuff. Okay? This is Sutclif. Thanks for viewing. If you want to subscribe and you want to hit like, that's cool. I have no problem with that. Be back a little bit later. Peace.
I just unveiled the person that we believe responsible for the murder of these two little girls. So I invite media to take a look at that now. It's not up. Kim. No sound of the video. As Superintendent Carter mentioned, he is on the railway bridge. You have to take different steps to get to it. This information later this afternoon will be on the State Police website. For the community that's here, we have 100 copies of the news release.